At the moment, it is Paris Games Week, and it was Sony's press briefing today, and as such I have an absolute ton of Sony or PS4 related news, which I'm just going to throw together in a single handy video for you. Now, this is by no means all of the news that was revealed today, but it's what I would call the best picks, as of course there was an obscene amount of information revealed. Now, the main thing I want to start with is that we have a rough release date for the rather long-awaited No Man's Sky, and it's going to be June 2016. So, while it's not an exact release date, at least we now have a rough release window. This game has kind of been in limbo for quite some time, so it's nice to even get that much. Speaking of release dates, I have some for Street Fighter V, as it will be released on February the 16th in the Americas and Europe. And there's also a new trailer starring Dalsim, and he is the 15th character to be revealed out of a total launch roster of 16. Now, Capcom also announced that they'll be adding 6 characters within the first year after they launch this particular game. And of course, as we already know, you'll be able to unlock all of the DLC characters for free just by playing, and you'll earn an in-game currency called Fight Money, which you can then spend on characters. Of course, we already knew this, but this is the first confirmation we've gotten of how many characters they're planning for at least the first year. There may be more coming after that, of course, but this is what they've announced so far. While we speak of fighting games, let's move on to Tekken 7. As during Sony's conference, Katsuhiro Harada took the stage to announce Tekken 7 for the PS4. And the game is also coming to the Xbox One and will be supporting PlayStation VR, which is a rather interesting choice to say the least. Again, there is also a trailer for this one, so check out the description. You probably have to click see more, as there's going to be quite a bit of information there for you, but I suggest you check it out if you're interested. Next up is something from the guys behind one of my favourite PS4 games, Resogun, the developer Housemarque, and their next project is Matterfall. It is a sci-fi action game set in the future, and it does look like a bit of a departure from their heritage of making arcadey shooters. And Housemarque said, quote, "Crystalline shapes that are summoned mid-air are a staple of technology in this world, and you must overcome an ever-expanding threats that might have already seeped too far into the core of humanity itself." Now, of course, it is exclusive to the PS4, and there's also a trailer for that as well. I'm really looking forward to that just because it's Housemarque making it. Resogun is actually still to this day one of my favourite games on PlayStation 4, and was a really strong title to start things off with on the PS4. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they're going to make next, especially since it's something a little bit different. And finally, we have some DLC confirmed, or rather a VR spin-off for Until Dawn. Now, this has kind of been speculated for a while, called Rush of Blood, and it is a fast-paced arcade shooter and does look very different to the core game. Now, here's what Sony, or rather Simon Harris, executive producer, had to say, quote, "When we first started working on Until Dawn Rush of Blood, we were still in the middle of development on Until Dawn. But it was clear to us that the world and characters we were creating would be perfect to expand into new experiences. As we established compelling gameplay for VR, we were able to combine that with a journey through many familiar aspects of Blackwood Pines, but from a horrifying new perspective." So there we have it. Those are what I would call the pretty nice bits from Paris Games Week. And one other thing that's worth mentioning, sort of throw in as a little goodie at the end, is the multiplayer for Uncharted will be running at 60 FPS and 900p. Of course, that is for the multiplayer. So it'll probably be different for the single player. I don't know if the resolution will be different or if it just be the frame rate. We'll of course have to see, but I'll imagine it would just be the frame rate, but of course that's pure speculation. So there you have it. Those are my best picks from Sony's news from Paris Games Week. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.